You say slow down. I don't like to move too fast. It drowns the truth with things that are not real, and I really want us to be real with love, love that lasts. In the past I messed up, gave too much.
This particular short turn was shot on the red slope. There was about 10 centimeters of fresh snow on the hill, an unpredictable base, and extremely flat light. It helps in the analysis if we know what the skier's goal was with the run. I wanted to ski such a run at a moderate speed, where the details are clearly visible, even in real time.
What is it, what's up?
The first thing I look for in the transition phase is the state of the skis. Are they parallel? What's the distance between them? Are they in line, or is one left behind? In this case, I can be satisfied. The skis are together and parallel, and the distance is approximately hip width. After that, I'm curious about the direction of travel. Is there any sudden direction change during the transition, or do they follow the previous line? Let's step back and forth a few frames to check the direction of the ski. Where do the skis come from, and where do they go? Here, the direction of the skis continues without any sudden break. As the next step, we take a look at the body position. I don't want to go too deeply into the details. We will highlight just a few main points. First, are the two lower legs parallel? During the transition, both skis should be on their bases without any edge angle, but sometimes it's not clearly seen. However, if the lower legs aren't parallel, the edge angles aren't the same either. Usually, the downhill ski is on the edge and the uphill ski is on the base. Here, in this video, the lower legs are parallel. We can check the main axis: ankle, knee, hip, shoulder. Are they parallel as seen from the foreline, or for example, is the downhill side shoulder lower? What about the hip and the knee line? Are both feet on the snow, or is one lifted as a step movement? Seeing from the longitudinal axis, which goes through the body from the top of the head to the feet, are one or more axes rotated, or are parallel? In this case, the ankle and the knee lines are parallel and directed more across the slope. The hip axis is turned somewhat towards the foreline, and the shoulder more so. Those twisted axes are typical in the case of a fluent run short turn and a cross-under transition. Axes fixed to each other without torsion may be more of an issue in short turns. Without this separation, a fixed body causes many errors, including a narrower corridor, timing issues, unsynchronized skis. We can check the joint angles as well. At this turn, the knees are more bent than they were at the apex. However, we can observe a dissonance in the timing of the knee flexion. I also recommend checking the gaze direction. During the transition, the skier should visually aim for the foreline, roughly at the location of the next transition or further away. Looking down in the snow at the subsequent initiation or the apex of the turn is a mistake. For now, we skip the initiation phase and scroll forward to the apex. Again, the first check is how the skis are standing. In an ideal case in the apex, the skis are parallel to the foreline. Here we can see that this is only roughly achieved. The skis are in the foreline about 0.2 seconds earlier. It's not bad, but it can be better. There could be several reasons for this. One reason is that the support of the fresh snow is weaker, and the ski is crawling a few inches until the snow is compacted sufficiently. Because of this, at the widest point of the corridor, the skier may already be past the true apex. Another reason can be that I wanted to control the speed, and for this purpose I steered the ski aggressively. To steer, I need to use the front of the ski intensively, so the snow pushes and bends the tip of the ski very firmly across in front of me. In the case of a steering on the edges, it is typical that before or around the apex the skis are in the foreline, and then at or immediately after the apex, their tip starts to cross. It's important that their tip starts, not their tail. If the skis are significantly across the foreline, especially when the tail of the skis moves more outside, but not the tip inside, it is suspicious. If you see this, there is a high chance of a ski technical failure, the cause of which must be found. Otherwise, we pay attention to the same key points. Are the skis parallel with each other and the foreline? Are the edges similar? Are the lower legs parallel? We can double check the axis for the parallelism and rotation. Theoretically, at the apex, we must see an athletic skiing stance. This is appropriate for carrying the peak loads. There shouldn't be any significant rotation, or the axis can be parallel to the radius of the turn. If the skier decided to ski with angulation, then it should already be developed. The direction of gaze is important again. At the apex, the best point is to look at is roughly the next apex instead of the upcoming transition, which is too close. Altogether, this run fulfills the original intention. For me, one of the most essential purposes, whether it's short turns, carving or longer steer turns, is to maintain the constant speed of the skis, avoiding drifting and braking. From this perspective, the skis are moving consistently and synchronized, the speed is controlled, the flow of the movement and the timings are visible and obvious. If the purpose of this run was to demonstrate a controlled short turn to everyday skiers in the way that gives them the realistic chance to copy it, then I can be happy with this run. Although there is still room for improvement, but everyone is striving for the one perfect run.